What's up, everyone on YouTube? I'm should be smiling, but I'm not like feeling my best today. Um, Feeling a little shaken up because I got so if most of you probably don't know, I work at a restaurant. It's like a different type of restaurant. It's like Chick-fil-A and Panera. Their customer service put into a restaurant because like they have a drink machine, but you can go like fill it up yourself. You don't have to like wait on somebody. You can, but it's kind of like different. But anyway, so I work in the back. I'm actually the dishwasher, but I still work in a kitchen, and I have to like cut stuff and clean stuff a lot because I'm the dishwasher. But there's a different way that we have to clean knives because if we put them through the dishwasher, it'll make them dull. But so I was cleaning a knife last night, and I got a deep impact cut. I don't know if I should show it, but I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm not gonna show it up close because it's like that's the reason why it's like I'm shaking up, because when I took the bandages off, I had to put two bandage ons because that sucker just kept bleeding out, and I was just like, yeah. I have a cut on this finger. I have a fair share of cuts. But yeah, so I got these I don't know if you can read that or not. It says Hydroseal all-purpose band-aids. It's by the Band-Aid brand. No, I'm not sponsored by them. But yeah, they're supposed to be like water resistant. So since I'm a dishwasher, that would come in handy. And all the band-aids we have at work are just regular band-aids, which I can see why, is because the company doesn't want to spend money they don't have to. But they don't work that well for me. Like as soon as I put them on, I go to the dish pit and I clean dishes. I start using the waters because we have the high pressure spray ones. I have two of them, and that sucker, it does not. It just like that band-aid just like comes right off. It's like it was never even there. But yeah, and so hopefully those will work. And yeah. But what do you guys think about kitchen cuts? Like, kitchen knife cuts? Because I feel like that it's a problem, and I feel like that it's an under-addressed problem. Like it happens so often that people are just like they like forget what it could actually do. Like I knew somebody that had to get stitches because his cut was so bad, but I mean that cut that I have is like borderline to the point where I could get stitches if I went somewhere, but it's at that borderline point where here's stitches, mine is like right here. So yeah, when I took the band-aid off for it, it started bleeding a little bit again. I guess it's because it was the pressure of the band-aids. But yeah, it sucked because I had to leave it like, I have to let it dry from being in the band-aid for so long. But yeah, I guess it's just like on one of those pressure points on your finger that where blood flows. I mean, I know blood flows throughout your whole body, but this must have been one of those crucial points. I don't want to work today. I gotta work at 5 and I work tomorrow. But tomorrow I'm working I'm doing a new position. I'm working I'm working with a fryer and salads basically. And I tried it a little bit like 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't that bad. I just had to get used to it. But this one time I was making fries, and we used this big pan, big silver pan. Like it's like more like a bowl. It's like a huge bowl to put the fries in, and it's how we put the fries in after the fryer, and you're supposed to. There's like a tray on the fryer, and you dump it in there. And when I dumped it in there, there was so much weight and pressure, and the bowl just slipped right out of my hand and fell on the ground, and I was like, felt I didn't feel that embarrassed. I just felt like bad because I just wasted a whole bunch of fries, and my store manager came in and was like, what happened to those fries on the ground? And my trainer was just, the guy who was training me was like, we dropped them. He didn't even say me, he just said we dropped them. Yeah, I'll get better at it. Yeah, what I was saying about knife cuts is that, I meant to say that I feel like that there needs to be more focus on them in the kitchen. Like, I feel like there is, but there is not enough, because if you're working with knives, I feel like that you should be required to wear like a cutting glove, or like everybody should just have a pair of cutting gloves on them. So whenever they start cutting stuff, like full scale cutting stuff, not like, I know that people on the line, they have to like cut stuff, but that's like smaller scale. But I meant like, if you're like large scale, meaning that you're just cutting like a whole portion of stuff, that's what I meant by that. Like when I have to cut onions, I should have to wear them. But I mean, it's kind of like my choice too. Kind of like me wearing an apron is my choice. Like, I don't have to wear an apron, but because I just wipe everything on my shirt, it's just gonna go in the washer anyway. That's what washers are for. But one of the disadvantages of me not wearing an apron is that I get like holes at the bottom of my shirt. So yeah, and I asked one of my managers, I was like, can I get a new shirt? And she's like, you have to buy it. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna wait until this thing tears itself apart, and then y'all have to give me a shirt. Or I'm just gonna wear my shirt that I want to wear, like a black shirt or something. Because some people do that. Some people wear like other shirts, even though they're not technically supposed to, but management doesn't really say anything. I've seen people wear, like, we're supposed to wear jeans, the work shirt, and then like slip resistant shoes. And I've seen people pull off like wearing sweatpants, and I'm like, what are you doing? Just wear jeans. See, for me, every job I've been in, I've always worn the correct attire. I've never slacked. Now, I will say that I have a few times, like at work, I'll completely forget my non-slip shoes. And I have non-slip Crocs, and they work great. They were only $40 off Amazon. Don't quote me on that if they're not $40, because that's how much I bought them for about 5 months ago. So, yeah. Oh, in other news, this coming up week is my last week of school. It's the finals week, and I have a final on Monday and a final on Thursday. And I did some calculations for my science final, and right now I have about an 80. I actually just got like another 100 in the class, so I have like an 83, 84 in the class. So I would have to make like, I think the lowest I can make is like a 60 on the final, and I would still pass with an 80 in the class. I would have to make like, I could actually just skip the final and I'd probably still pass the class. But this was before the 100 that I randomly got for participation, which my participation in that class was like, because our professor was like, well, if you guys don't show up to class, I'm not going to count off for that because it's your money, you're paying for tuition, so it's up to you, you're adults. And I was like, why can't every professor be like that? Every professor, they all require you to be in class like a certain amount of days. I'm like, why not just like say what this professor says, where it's your tuition, you're paying for it. If you don't want to show up, then that's on you. Like, stupid. It's so dumb. College is so whack sometimes. But anyway, I'm gonna peace out. So I guess today we talked about like kitchen knives, how I cut myself, and then college sucking a little bit. It's kind of why I'm going to a tech school or a trade school. Oh, this kid at work, it was funny. Shout out to him if he ever sees this, but it was funny. He told me, I told him I was going to a tech school to learn HVAC, or heating, ventilation, air conditioning, for those of y'all that don't know what HVAC is. But anyway, I was going to be a HVAC technician, or go there to become one, and it's a certification school. So it's a tech school, but it's also a trade school. Like, a trade school is just another name for a tech school that offers those programs. So he's like, oh, are you just going to lead up to going to a trade school? I'm like, that is a trade school. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, it's just another name. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Doggies. I'm at that popular town center that I go to, because I needed to, get away from my city a little bit. That's why I like coming here, because like no one really knows me. I mean, some people might by my car, but anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.